I'm not a fan of melatonin for a couple of reasons. Melatonin is a hormone known to induce sleepiness, but not keep us asleep. So oftentimes people will take melatonin, fall deeply asleep, and then wake up and have trouble falling back asleep. The other reason is that melatonin supplements almost always include levels of melatonin or amounts of melatonin that far, far exceed the normal biological levels, or so-called endogenous levels of melatonin that we would normally produce. And yes, it's true that as we age, we produce less melatonin, but melatonin as a hormone also impacts other hormone systems, in particular the reproductive hormone axis, testosterone, estrogen, etc., which is not to say that if you've been taking melatonin for some period of time that you've disrupted your fertility or those hormone axes, but it's possible that you've disrupted them somewhat, and it's very clear that melatonin can impact not just sleep, but other systems in the brain and body. It can be useful for jet lag and for occasional use, but there also, I want to voice a message of caution. There have been studies exploring the dosages of melatonin contained in various supplements and whether or not what's listed on the bottle matches what's actually contained in those formulations. And despite those formulations coming from quite reliable, quote unquote, or thought to be reliable sources, it was found that these supplements contain anywhere from 15% of what's thought to be or is told to be in those supplements, or many times more melatonin than is listed on the bottle. So the dosaging does not seem to be consistent with what's often listed on the bottle. And this is even true within some of the more reputable brands. So that's of real concern. So we need to highlight melatonin as perhaps something that's only used occasionally. If you want to talk about dosages for melatonin use for jet lag, etc., go to examine.com. There's some excellent references to studies there. Just put melatonin into the search function. It'll tell you everything you need to know about melatonin. But now you know my stance on melatonin.